Today I discuss about the data classification or classification of data. Data can be classified in two ways. First is known as according to attribute, and second is known as according to class interval. So I discussed today about the classification of data according to attribute. Okay, so according to attribute, data can be classified in three steps. First is known as descriptive classification, second is known as simple classification, and third is known as manifold classification. These are the three types of classification based on the attribute. So come to the point about the attribute. The feature can be present or absent in an individual or an element. The features related to descriptive classification of attribute, such as per literacy, as per sex, as per honesty. These are the attributes through which we can make any new data. The second is known as simple classification. What is simple classification? So, in this classification, the elements of data are categorized on the basis of those that possess the concerned attribute and those that do not. So, come to the main point. सिंपल क्लासिफिकेशन यदि आपको करना है तो आपको क्या करना है, एक डेटा बना रहे हैं जिस डेटा में आप क्या करेंगे, एज पर लिटरेसी, कितने लोग लिटरेट है आपके शहर में, कितने लोग अनलिटरेट है, और सेकंड डेटा में हम लोग दे रहे हैं मेल फीमेल, थर्ड डेटा में दे रहे हैं एज पर दियर ऑनेस्टी, हम लोग सेपरेशन कर रहे हैं डेटा को. सो दिस टाइप्स ऑफ डेटा इज नोन एज simple classification of data. Next, come to the point, manifold classification of data. So, manifold classification of data where two or more attributes are considered simultaneously and the data is categorized into a number of classes on the basis of those attributes. So, the total number of classes of final order is given by the formula that is 2n. Again I repeat, this is calculated by the formula of 2n, where n is the number of attributes considered. Suppose you can consider here literacy in first data, in second data you can separate the male or female, in third data you can consider here the literacy as per their literacy of data. So these data are classified into three parts. हम लोग डेटा को थ्री पार्ट में क्लासिफिकेशन कर रहे हैं. फर्स्ट को बोलते हैं डिस्क्रिप्टिव क्लासिफिकेशन, सेकंड को बोलते हैं सिंपल क्लासिफिकेशन, थर्ड को बोलते हैं मेनीफोल्ड क्लासिफिकेशन. So, attribute data can be classified in three parts. So, come to the next point, according to the class interval. For this purpose, suppose you can take the data class interval from 0 to 5, second is 5 to 10, third data is 10 to 15, fourth data is 15 to 20, fifth is 20 to 25. So, you can classification the exclusive interval and inclusive interval. I give you the example for inclusive interval like 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20 and 20 to 25. These types of data is known as inclusive class interval. Second type data is known as exclusive class interval. So again I consider here 0 to 5, next is 6 to 10, next is 11 to 15, next is 16 to 20. So you can collect the data up on the basis of exclusive interval. So exclusive interval, clear? Exclusive in interval, you can got the statistic variables. What is a statistic variable? So this terms the measurable attribute as a typical vary over time or between individual. So you can consider variables can be discrete, taking values from a countable or finite set or continual. Okay, so here the according to class interval, the data is classified in two parts. पहले को क्या बोलते हैं? एक्सक्लूसिव क्लास इंटरवल. एक्सक्लूसिव क्लास इंटरवल में हम लोगों ने एग्जांपल क्या लिया? 0 to 5. सेकेंड कॉलम में लेंगे 6 to 10. थर्ड कॉलम में लेंगे 11 to 15. फोर्थ कॉलम में लेंगे 16 to 20. दिस इज द एग्जांपल, वेरी गुड एग्जांपल फॉर इन exclusive class interval. Suppose we consider here for the inclusive class interval, then we consider the example 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. These types of class interval is known as inclusive class interval. Okay, right? So this class interval, and through this process we can classify the data. This is the classification of data. So come to the next point. How will you tabulate the data? Okay, after classification, how will you tabulate the data? So for tabulation of data, okay, you can consider in exclusive data. Suppose you can take the exclusive data like 0 to 5, 6 to 10. तो आप क्या करेंगे? 0 से 5 के बीच में जो एज है उसमें नंबर ऑफ पीपल्स कितने हैं उसको फ्रीक्वेंसी में काउंट करेंगे. सपोज पहला फ्रीक्वेंसी में आपको मिल गया 5, तो 5 लिखेंगे. सेकेंड हम लोग चले आएंगे फ्रीक्वेंसी आपका 5 to 10. 5 to 10 में सपोज हमको मिल रहा है 2 लोग एज पर देयर एज, तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे? फ्रीक्वेंसी में f इजिकल टू 2. थर्ड में लिखेंगे 10 to 15. 10 to 15 में हम लोग क्या देंगे? नंबर ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी सपोज मिल रहा 4, तो हम लोग वहां पर बैठा दिए 4. क्लियर? सिमिलरली हम लोग एज पर देयर एज, नंबर ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी मतलब नंबर ऑफ कितने कैंडिडेट है जिसका एज आपका 10 से 15 के बीच में है, या 15 से 20 के बीच में है, या 20 से 25 के बीच में है, हम फ्रीक्वेंसी में उसको काउंट कर लेते हैं.